Hey everyone, this is Attorney Andre. Now, I want to talk about something that's been all over the media, all over the news, and that's the gag order that is preventing Trump from speaking his mind on certain topics. Now, what does it mean to have a gag order? And I've done gag orders, I've argued against them, I've won them, and let me tell you what a gag order is. A gag order is something that prevents someone, in this case, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, former President of the United States, from speaking about certain topics. Now, for the court to implement the gag order, there has to be a series of steps because we all know that there is a fundamental level of free speech. In other words, that you can't curtail the free speech of anyone, regardless of who they are. So, what are the elements that the court has to look at? The elements are like this: the nature and extent of pretrial news coverage, whether other measures would be likely to mitigate the effects of the unrestrained pretrial publicity, and how effectively a restraining order would operate to prevent the threatened danger of uh, or the unfair trial of the defendant. So essentially, the court is looking at these things and essentially balancing the First Amendment rights of someone to be able to say whatever the hell they want against whatever damage or harm is being perceived from that. So here is actually what the gag order says. President Trump cannot make public statements about counsel, in this case, other than the district attorney, members of the court staff and the district attorney staff, and family members of any counsel, staff members, the district or district attorney, if those statements are made with the intent to materially interfere with or to cause others to materially interfere with counsel's or staff work in this criminal case, or with the knowledge that such interference is likely to result, and making or directing others to make public statements about any prospective juror or any juror in this criminal proceedings, or making public statements about known or reasonably foreseeable witnesses concerning their potential participation in the investigation or this criminal proceedings. So if you look at it, and if you look at it through the lens of what he can say and what he can't say, he can't talk about the district attorney. He can't talk about any of the jurors. He can't talk about any of the witnesses. He can't talk about anything. But at the same time, everyone can talk about him. The media can talk about him. These witnesses can talk about him. The jurors can talk about him. Anyone could talk about him. And that's really where it's fundamentally unfair, because you have a position now where someone that is fighting for his freedom, because remember, this is a criminal trial. This is not a civil trial. This is not about money. This is a criminal trial. Someone that's fighting for his freedom can't say anything, but somebody that is against him, all of these people that are against him, the media that might be against him, they can't say anything. And here's the other thing: it's not only the former president, but it's also any of his agents. So he can't even have somebody speak for him. It is a complete and total shutdown of his First Amendment rights. And I believe, truly believe, that it's unacceptable. I believe it's unconstitutional. And as an attorney, it's really unfounded, because essentially, like I said before, you have someone fighting for his life, you have someone fighting for his freedom, and he can't say anything outside the courtroom. And in the courtroom, he's only got two options. Option number one is he has his lawyers talk for him, and his lawyers, frankly, might not be better communicators than he is. Or number two, he takes a stand. And then if he takes a stand, then he gets cross-examined, then he might get impeached. Even if you're an innocent defendant and you get impeached, it's the worst thing in the world. It's a great way to lose your case. And that's why most criminal defendants never take the stand, because there's too much at risk. So that's why I think that this whole gag order, it's totally unconstitutional, and it doesn't fall within the gambit of those three elements that have to be had for a gag order to be sustained. I think that if Trump actually files an appeal, he'll actually win it. Stay tuned for more. Let me know what you think. Do you think a gag order is a good idea? And put yourself in that position. What if the whole world is against you? Wouldn't you want to be able to go into the media and try your case in the court of public opinion? Because he can't. Wouldn't you want to be able to do that? Stay tuned for more. Talk to you later. Like, comment, subscribe. I want to read your comments. I want to read every single one of your comments.